YouTube, what's going on, man? I'm back here with another video as usual. Felt like a little minute, man, but nonetheless, man, I'm in Taunton, Massachusetts. I got a load on my back, which consists of pet food. I immediately got a door as soon as I checked in, so let's crack the back of these doors. I've been having these gloves for about a couple of weeks now, and I can't stand them. These are like them cheap gloves you get at the truck stop, because the ones I did have, they got real soiled. But I've been using these ones, and I don't like the material. I don't like the cloth fabric material, because when it gets wet, when it starts to rain outside and it get wet. All right, one of these doors. It takes a long time to dry, and not even that. When it do dry, they smell. Start to stink like mildew. So, all right. Look what we got in here. Let's jump inside real quick. Take a look. It smells just like it. It smells just like animal feed. Blue buffalo. Salmon. This one has duck. High protein dog food. Lamb brown rice. Chicken and brown rice. Man, they get all the good nutrients, huh? Damn, but they feed us these crap shit. McDonald's and all that. But nah, man. Yeah, man, I need to get new gloves, because these gloves ain't it. These gloves are not it. Man, I can still smell that feed. Just hate the smell of it. But I'm going to door 12, which is a couple of doors down, so it's not far at all. Should be quick and easy getting in this door. Plenty of space. Only about 3 trucks here. So, yeah, see, they don't want this shit either. They saw the feed. They saw animals eat better. They threw their shit out. Yeah. All right, door 12 is right over here. Right on the side of that SUV. So let's get in that door. So when you come here at this location, they want you to chock your wheels and disconnect from your trailer. We don't have to drop. We don't have to drop and, you know, put the landing gear down or nothing. Just chock the wheels, release that trailer line, airline, and then just wait. So we got our wheels chopped. Man, it's getting cold out here. Woo! I stepped out this morning. I'm like, man, I should have wore a bigger jacket, but I know it gets warmer during the day, so disconnect. Man, just wait around, man. Yeah, I know it gets warmer during the day, so I wasn't trying to go too heavy, but this is what it looks like out here. We got 2 trucks down there, one in front of me and one on the other side, so it's pretty empty though for the most part. So we're coming up on 2 years since I've been driving trucks. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. I mean, it kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't. You know, I could tell I've been driving for a little minute now, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like 2 years. When I tell you time go by so quick, man, time go by so fast, it's not even funny. This February, coming up in February, will make 2 years I've been driving. I think I could almost slowly get out the rookie category. Now, if you want to talk about over the road and all that, yeah, complete rookie. It's all good though, because I never plan on going over the road anyway. But yeah, man, so I figured since we're going into 2026 soon, just a couple of months away until 2026, is it worth being a truck driver still? You know, all right, let me rephrase that. Is it worth getting a CDL going into 2026? In 2026. And I'm going to say this before I give my opinion. I think too many people take other people's opinions in high regard and allow it to influence their own, you know, their own opinion and their own, you know, decisions. Other people's opinions should just be an input, you know, to decide what it is you want to do. Other people's opinion, it's not true. It's not false. It's just their opinion. You know, you take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, you ultimately decide and do what it is you feel you need to do. Because I could very well say, you know what? Trucking ain't shit anymore. Don't get your CDL. And, you know, this, that, and the third. And then you know, you go get your CDL, and you'll be like, man, what was this guy talking about? Having a CDL, man? The guy's gonna come talk to me. I thought he was gonna come talk to me. He's not. He's just putting the lock on the trailer so I don't put the lines back on. But yeah, man, like I was saying, when people tell you what you should do, if you should get your CDL, if you shouldn't get your CDL, when people tell you things like that, I think you should just take their opinion with a grain of salt and just compare it to what you think already, you know? If you're already on the edge, like, man, I'm not sure if I want to get my CDL because it just might not be worth it. It might not be no real money in it like I thought it would be, or like I'm hearing it is. So I'm just going to listen to this guy because he said ain't no money in it. Then you start doing research and you start searching up companies and you realize, man, that company's starting off pretty good. You know, they got some pretty good incentives right there. I could have made some money there. Or you come across someone who is making great money in trucking, like, man, I should have just got that CDL. Listen, even my opinion, take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt. Don't let no one's opinion on the industry dictate what you decide to do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's not you in their shoes. You are not walking in my shoes, so you cannot experience what I experience. It could be something similar, but that don't mean it's going to be the same outcome just because I'm telling you something. Because I could tell you very well, look, get that CDL. It changed my life. I'm making great money. Blah, 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 blah. Or it could be someone else telling you, yo, don't get the CDL. Ain't no money in it. You ain't going to make nothing. It's not the life for you. Blah, 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 blah. And two things could be wrong. It just all depends on, you know, what it is you're trying to look for out of it. What are you trying to get out of it? And two things could be right. You know what I mean? What are you trying to do with it? How far are you trying to go? Where are you trying to... What are your plans? What are your goals coming into this? Before I even got my CDL, I was watching videos to see what the lifestyle was like. But I was watching OTR videos because in my mind, I thought I was going to have to do OTR, you know? And a lot of their opinions didn't dictate what I wanted to do. But I definitely weighed the scale. You know, I seen what it is to be on the road, over the road. And that's why initially I said, you know what, OTR ain't for me. That's what made me come to that conclusion. I'm going to go local. But anyways, you know, that's just part of it, you know. But, yeah, no one's opinion of what the industry's like should dictate whether you decide to get a CDL or not. I think I'm being a little bit too long-winded on that, but I think it's pretty clear how I stand on that. So, is it worth it? At the end of the day, is it worth it? And I'm going to completely say this with the honest answer, cut and dry. Yes, it's definitely worth getting a CDL because why not? Especially if you're somebody who's stuck in between jobs, you're sick of your job, you just want a change in a job, you want to add a little something under your belt. Because let's be real here, having a CDL was definitely something good to have under your belt. I don't care what nobody says. Even if you try it and it doesn't work out for you, you still got that CDL under your belt. You could whip that out years later and be like, you know what? I could take this local job. You know, yeah, it's a CDL-B, but I got a CDL. Hey, I could take this little local job just doing this, you know what I'm saying? You could use that later on. Even if it doesn't work out, you could always use it later on. You could always have that under your belt to use something. You could go into construction with that CDL, and you could haul heavy equipment. You could utilize a CDL multiple ways. It ain't just relegated to dry van or reefer or flatbed, you know, or tankers for that matter. You could take that CDL a long way. It just all depends on what are you willing to do and what are your plans. Because ultimately a plan, and that's what I meant to say in the beginning when I started talking about this, having a plan coming into trucking is crucial. Because if not, you're going to end up stuck. I'm not saying you can't get into trucking, figure it, get your little experience and then decide, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm going to stop planning my exit. There's nothing wrong with that. This sun is beaming. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I could tell you the way I was told, if you come into trucking with a plan already, I think it's a lot better that way because now, you know, you get to, not only do you get to see for yourself if this is where you want to be, you also have your exit strategy. Like, all right, I came into this knowing what I'm going to do. And for the most part, you're going to execute it. I said I'm giving myself 5 years. Boom. 5 years. I got the money I said I'm going to have saved. Boom. Now I'm going to invest it to where I said I'm going to invest it. Boom. Now I'm going to do this. Boom. It's like a checklist. You know, if you come into this with a plan, And you stick to that plan, not just say you got a plan and you're just gonna ride the wave and think about maybe, using the plan eventually. No, if you come into this with an actual plan and you just check off your list, you're straight. Now, obviously, you're gonna come with bumps in the road. Nothing is guaranteed, but that's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying here, I think if you're going to get if you're gonna go get your CDL in 2026, yes, it's worth it, but I highly recommend coming to it with a plan, because this type of lifestyle ain't for everybody. Everybody don't want to retire being a truck driver. Some people don't mind it. Some people actually love this lifestyle and they want to retire being a truck driver, or they will retire being a truck driver. But I think if you come to it with a plan in mind and, keep your possibilities open and open mind with it, you don't have to be closed into being a truck driver only. Like, this is your end all be all. I don't believe in having an end all be all unless that's exactly what it is you want to do, because you're passionate or because it just works for you. And that's fine too. That's fine. I personally don't want to see myself in a truck in 10 years. I just don't. Not even the next 5 years. I don't want to see myself in a truck. And there's nothing wrong with not seeing myself in a truck. And it has nothing to do with, personally being a truck driver in itself. It's just there's something else out there I saw for myself that I'm trying to get to. But at the end of the day, it's definitely worth getting your CDL, because it's a skill under your belt. It's a license under your belt that you can add to another industry, depending on what industry it is. It's impressive. It's a skill. It's a great skill to have. It's like going to school, getting a plumbing's license, and then you figure out, I don't got time to be dealing with these toilets and these sinks and these showers. I'm good. I'm out. You can definitely use that plumbing license somewhere else, depending on what situation you're going into. It's still always good to have, because you can always fall back later on, like, I'm going to go back into plumbing. And you can always fall back into that. So, yeah, it's great. To me, yes, it's great to have it. Now, the money-wise, is it worth it? Well, it just all depends on the company and your experience at the end of the day, because realistically, not a lot of jobs are offering a lot of money right off the bat. And if they are offering, a lot of the times, it's pretty much food service or, companies you're going to have to load or unload trailers. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to unload trailers all day, every day? Are you willing to load trailers all day, every day? Are you willing to do that? Because it's a lot of manual labor. It's it's a physical demanding job. Are you willing to do all that? Are you lazy and you just want to sit there and drive and drop and hook, or sit there and bump docks and just wait on your load? What are you willing to do? Because you could find a job paying, starting off between 32 to 35 as a rookie, 32 to 35 in food service. Because I seen them. I see those job listings where they want, they're taking people with no experience, straight out of school. 35, but it's physically demanding. It's food service, physically demanding job, and it's starting off on a high, which is 35. Are you willing to bust your back and break your body? And not saying break your body like you're gonna really break it, but you know what I mean. Are you willing to put your body through that force in order to make that money? You could do it. So is there money in trucking? Yes, it is. There's money in trucking. It's just, what are you willing to do to make the money? Are you willing to go through that experience to learn how to hold cars? Are you willing to get all your endorsements? Are you willing to get your TWIC and your passport in order to hold tankers and go into these secured properties in order to make more money? What are you willing to do? You know what I mean? Are you willing to push your CDL as far as it could go in order to make this money? Are you willing to drive trucks for low pay? Because that's what you could get right now in order to get that experience under your belt. What are you willing to do? My camera overheated. I had to put the shades on because that sun is beaming. If I put the camera on the other side, you guys ain't gonna be able to see me, so that's why I got to position it right here. But nonetheless, man, like I was saying, man, it is worth getting your CDL in 2026 because it's a skill you can have under your belt. You can always go back to it later on as long as you keep up with your CDL. If it doesn't work out for you in the beginning, you can always come back to it later on in life and pick up and, drive trucks, make a little money. Even if you want to do it on the side, you can always, it ain't for me, but I'm going to keep this CDL. Get a little part-time, local gig on the side or whatever. You can make it work. You can make it do what it do, is what I'm saying. As far as the money goes, like I said, it's all about what are you willing to do. Are you willing to, put that extra work in, the extra time in to make that extra money? Are you willing to sit it out in the truck over the road, not making much, just to get at least a year or two of experience, you know, to really branch out and make money? It can happen. So ultimately, my opinion, yes. If you're just thinking to be a company driver, I'm speaking. All right, let me reiterate this right here too. If you're just looking to be a company driver, you want to come into this, you want to be a company driver, you want to make some money, is it worth getting a CDL? Yes, it is. Now, owner operators, I have no experience being an owner operator. I'm not an owner operator. I didn't come into trucking expecting to be an owner operator. I didn't come into trucking thinking I'm going to get my own truck, because that's not what I want. I don't want my own truck. I don't want that. That's not what I want out of trucking. A lot of people come into this, you know, wanting to buy their own truck, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with buying your own truck. There's nothing wrong with coming to this wanting to be an owner operator. But like I said, you have to, if you're going to come into this, I think you should come into this with a plan. And I have my own plan, and my plan does not consist of becoming an owner operator. Why? Because I don't plan on driving trucks for you know, longer than 8 years, and even then, I gave myself a 5-year limit because of my plan. I told myself 5 years is the most. Is where my 5 years is my cutoff to where my plan should be in effect where I can transition out of trucking, but no more than 8, because I know things happen, and you know there might be a situation where, you know what, I need a little bit more time. So realistically, I gave myself 8 years minimum. No longer than 8 years, but 5 years in trucking is really how much time I really want to put until I transition out. So I'm almost 2. That means I got 3 more years. So in 3 years, I'm going to come back to this very video, and I'm going to see where I'm at with it. And hopefully everything's going exactly how I planned, and I'm transitioning out of trucking. But we'll catch back up that, you know, in three more years from now. But anyways, like I was saying, man, you come into trucking with a plan, and yes, it's definitely worth being a truck driver. If you want to know if it's worth being an owner operator, I can't give you that information, because I don't know what it takes to be an owner operator. I don't know the ins and outs of being an owner operator, and nor do I care, because that's not where my mind is at. So this might not be, you know, the information for you to take. But if you're trying to get into trucking in 2026, to make some money, to gain some experience, and to just be a truck driver, because you want to be a truck driver, you heard about the money, you heard about the lifestyle, then yes, I do believe it's worth it. I definitely do. And like I said, man, you're gonna hear people saying, oh man, trucking ain't what it used to be, there ain't no money in it anymore, the industry's not the same, blase, blase, blah. Again, I'm a baby in this game. I'm only 2 years in, I'm a baby, but I made a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie like I haven't. I made a lot of money. I made more money than I made in any job I ever had. And I did construction. Construction jobs pay pretty good. Some of them, not all. But I come from a construction background, a manufacturing background, and I still haven't made, you know, this much money now have I made in any other industry. So there's definitely money to be made. It just all depends on, like I said, you know, what company you're going with, because not all companies are going to offer the same. Your experience, and what are you willing to do? You know, what are you willing to do? But yeah, man, so I hope that clears up, you know, any confusion. I hope I help give you some realistic insight on making your decision going forward if you're going to go get your CDL, you know, this year or the beginning of next or anytime next year. I'm going to say go for it. I don't think you got anything to lose, especially if you're somebody who are in between jobs or you don't have a real insight on what you want to do right now. Just go get the CDL, because you ain't going to have nothing to lose. And the only thing you're going to gain, if it doesn't work out for you, is a new skill under your belt and a license under your belt. That's pretty much what you could gain from it. I don't think you're really going to lose anything from it. So yeah, man. Boom, boom. I don't know if y'all hear that, but yeah, they started getting to me immediately. So hopefully I'm not here too much longer, and go get loaded up with some jumbo paper rolls. And I don't know where else my day's going to go from there. But yeah, let's wait, man, and let's see how this happens. Yeah, nice and easy. I like it. I think this is my second time coming here. Maybe my third. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I've been here once for sure. Might have been here 2 times. I'm not sure. But either way, from what I do remember coming here the last time, I was pretty much in and out of here too. Wasn't a wait, and there wasn't no traffic either, so I like it. I like it. This is the type of day I like to have. Yeah, but that don't mean it's always gonna be like this, but so far, I mean, when I come here, this is what it is. So he gave me my paperwork already. What he did is, once they're done, they come around to the door and they give you your paperwork. All right, man. So, a little tough. All right, pull out of the door, shut these doors, and we're out. This morning coming in here, there was a little bit of traffic. There wasn't no crashing on, but the traffic was a little thick. But again, it was like a little after 7, so everyone's on their way to work and everything. So I'm not sure how the traffic's gonna look right now. I'm taking the same interstate I took on the way here. I'm taking that back. So I don't know how that's gonna look. But nonetheless, man, it doesn't matter because I gotta get there regardless. All right, so we're good. All right, let's go pick up this jumbo paper roll, you guys. Ah, you guys, man, 2-hour ride later. Yeah, it was the traffic was definitely a little bit heavy, but it's cool, man. It's cool. I got here. They had some road work going on, but right now it looks like I might be the only truck here. I don't know because I haven't whipped that corner yet. And normally when I turn that corner, that's when I'll see. That's when I'll see if there's any other trucks. But coming in here, there's no other trucks parked nowhere waiting or nothing. So, man, it's windy out here. It's getting windy. It's not as cold as it was earlier, but it's definitely still windy out. It got a little more windier. See that? That's the wind that did that. All right. So we're open. I'm not sure exactly what door we're gonna go in. It depends on what door's open. There could very well be trucks over there, but I won't know till I get down there. Oh man, it took me a little bit of while to get into this door because of how it is. So there is 2 other trucks in the doors. I like to shoot for the middle door or the door farthest to the right, well, to the left on my way in, but unfortunately I had to get in this door. This door is the toughest door, but nonetheless, we're in the door. They might still be on break. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna check in. It's always easy checking in. The lady's real nice. Yeah, so I think they might be on break. I did see one. Well, there's another one there, but they might be on break because these 2 are still. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't start him. I don't know about him. I don't want to be too nosy. Because I don't want to get in the way. But they might still be on break because I did get here right before 12. Oh, I do hear some movement. But yeah, man, this is... I don't know if he got empty because he just got tapped. Hold up. Yeah, so this door is hardest to get in. Normally I like going in this door or the last door, but I ended up going in door 4, and this door's harder to get in. But yeah, let's wait around then. What I really want to do is just get out this truck and go walk around for a little bit, spread my legs, spread my wings so I can fly. But man, as soon as I get out this truck and that wind hits me, it's like, whoo, get back in the truck, get back in the truck. It's not freezing out, but after a while of being out there, because the wind is cutting up, it's kind of cold. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's giving me props for my back end because he's seen how tough it was to get up in here, but I managed to get up in here. So he's just giving me my kudos. I appreciate drive. See, I like drivers like that. I like drivers who see you struggling and then they see you make through. They see that you see it through, you make through, and then they congratulate you, they salute you. I like that, man. He made me feel good just now. But yeah, like I was saying, I really would like to get out and go walk around, but the moment that wind hit me, it's like, bah, get back in that truck. And my sweater, my hoodie's, this is a windbreaker, but it doesn't break the wind. The wind breaks through it, so I can feel that shit. But nonetheless, you guys already know when I come here, I pick up jumbo paper rolls. If you guys are new here and you don't know what I pick up here, I pick up jumbo paper rolls. The wait time could vary. Most of the time, I'm in and out of here within an hour and a half. Sometimes 2.5, 3 hours is the longest I ever been here because they had something going on with a door one time, so I was stuck here for like 3 hours. It is what it is. If you're a truck driver, you already know. It doesn't matter if you go to a place and you're in and out of there most times. There could always be that one time you could be there for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. I don't know. All I know is I was here one time for 3 hours because a door was broken that I was backed into. So they had to make it do what it do. But, yeah, man, I want to talk about something too. So normally when I eat my lunch, a lot of the times I stop at these truck stops and I try to find food that I could eat that's healthy. But it's hard to eat healthy on the road. So what I went and did, and this is not a sponsor. No, this is not a sponsor. But I will tell you guys where I got it from. So if you want to know where I got this lunchbox from, you could definitely drop down in the comments. I'll show you guys where I got it from. But anyways, I got it off Amazon. But it's a heated up lunchbox. And what you know, it comes with the heater, the pan to put the food in. You plug it in inside your truck. Within a half an hour, 45 minutes, you got some hot food to eat. I used it one time, which is the other day. Worked like a charm. I had to let my food cool off. That's how hot it is. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys how I use it because I didn't bring food today. I was supposed to bring some food to heat up today. I ended up packing sandwiches instead. I just didn't feel like making a plate this morning on my way out to bring in. But don't worry about it. This gives you guys something to look forward to for the next video. So in the next video, I'll make sure, I promise you guys, I'll dedicate a nice segment in the video where I do use this lunchbox and I show you guys how much food I can fit in it, where I plug it in at, how long it takes, you know, and what the food, how hot and tasty the food is once I'm done. So I'm sorry you guys, but I mean, just look forward to the next video. And I will also put the link in the description in the next video, so you guys can know where I did get that lunchbox from, how much it costs, etc. But we won't talk about that right now. But man, yeah. So we got a truck going out right now. Got another truck coming in. I don't know how long the wait's gonna be, but we'll be waiting. So I got my green light, but normally I like to wait like 3 to 5 minutes. Like 3 to 5 minutes before I go in to get my paperwork because they don't have the paperwork ready right away and I just stand out the window for no reason looking crazy. So hopefully it's ready by now. So I got my paperwork. So that's ours right here. Fully loaded. Trying to look at the 40,589 pounds. So we're at 40,589 pounds. Yeah, man. So this was easy, quick and easy. It's been a smooth week all week, man. I wish every week could be like this, but I know it's not. All right, man. Let's put out this door and let's shut these doors and get out of here. Pull out of these doors nice and easy. When I pull out of these doors, I gotta watch both sides because I don't want them doors to get knocked off the latches because it's very tight backing in here and pulling out of. Like they just give you only enough space just for some doors to open up, like very tight. Alright, man, I'm out of there. I'm out. Sometimes I'll shut my doors down here. But sometimes it don't want to shut down here because I'm on a kind of like a hill. But sometimes it do. It just all depends, I guess, the way I'm angled. But I'm going to try it right here. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go up the hill and try to close them. As I don't think I'm gonna be able to shut them down here. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to shut these doors down there because it was a little more at a incline on the way back out. You guys know already, when you try to close your doors when it's on a hill, it's not gonna happen. I had to find that out the hard way. What, my first winter? Yep, found out the hard way right in the snow. But they should close right here. So we got jumbo paper rolls, and this load never comes with a seal. We don't never need a seal. So, and I kind of do wonder why though. Why these type of loads don't come with seals? I don't know. Do they think that someone can't get away with stealing jumbo paper rolls? Alright, man, so we're closed up. Lights are good. Truck's still way down there, so I got time to pass by. Alright, man, yeah, we're gonna go drop this off at the yard. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a drop-in hook from here or if I'm done. But I'll talk to you guys once I drop this and see what we're gonna be doing next, if anything.